Hello, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. Once again, you're listening to World Combat Sports. Let me pop the damn. Uh-huh. Hopefully, everybody's doing great today. It's the middle of the week. You know what it is. This is Catchweight episode 736. DUCKMASTER. Look, DUCKMASTER EP number 2. I had to come back on because I want to, I was listening to some going around making my rounds on social media. And I happened to see Gervonta Davis talking to The Last Stand, my man Brian Custer. And I just want to, first of all, I'm going to share and let you take a look at, the screen and everything. And we're going to get to some shit that just don't make no sense to me when it comes to these fighters making up excuses. You know what I'm saying? As to why. You know what I'm saying? As to why, dog. Why you're not going to basically face the best opposition when you get the opportunity. At 35, we ain't talking about 30. But first of all, I want to give a shout out to everyone that's in the live chat, man. You know what it is. You know what it is. Salute to you. Appreciate you stopping through. Appreciate you stopping through. Counter Loco Sports. What's good? What's good, man? Coco the Don Boxing Channel. Salute to you. So I'm sharing I'm gonna give you opportunity to listen to a portion of what Gervonta Davis had to respond to Brian Custer. Catchweight to me is, basically any type of weight dealing with boxing, period. It's a boxing episode, but the DUCKMASTER edition is going on right now in the lightweight division. It has a lot of people in their feelings, bro. Like, there's a lot of people that's in their feelings about this shit. They showing some incredible amount of unconditional love. You know what I'm saying? I put the video up and I got the thumbs up, thumbs down, whichever works for you. You know what I'm saying? But don't be fake about it. Don't get on my channel talking rah, this, that, and the other, and then go and talk shit somewhere else. It makes no sense. I'd rather you do it to me on my channel. No, it's no need. You don't hear me talking about anybody else on somebody else's channel. You don't. But I guess we live in a different type of environment where you have individuals that'll come and try to talk over you on your channel without really replaying the whole entire live and see where they was backtracking on a lot of shit. And then they go tell some motherfuckers that they body somebody. I understand that's just a common language, but come on, bro. Your age is still the same. If you're a goddamn adult and you claim you've been in boxing for quite some time, why are you acting like a kid about this shit? If you went over here and we had a dialogue and we talked, cool. But don't get out of here talking about, this, man. See, y'all take a motherfucker like me, right? And just because you can't get that energy that you're looking for right there on the spot, you take it for some type of passive aggressive approach when that's not even the case. I'm just trying to help you understand the OGs that I know growing up, the killers I knew, they was quiet as shit. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to rah all around and talk all loud and be a garrulous type individual. You can just be cool about it. But some motherfuckers, they go ahead and they say, well, let me continue to overtalk somebody and then go tell someone else that was a body, which is not true. Because when it comes down to it, do you have a box rec off this shit? Do you have a box rec? Are you really a professional fighter? And if so, which one are you good at? Speaking on the sport or competing in the sport? You have to take your choice, man. But let's get to the video. I want you to see this video right quick, and we're going to talk about Tank Davis because Devin Haney's being ducked in the lightweight division, and we need to talk about what was said, and look, this is nothing against Brian Custard, man, cool cat, nothing but respect. But I'm talking about his guest. Let's take a peek.
Instagram, he posts your
shots and grab again, and he don't have no.
We'll see October 24th. I got you. Leo's not the only guy. It seems like
Jacko Fitness in the building.
Become the guy that everybody wants to call out for some reason. Let's start, and I'm going to name a fighter, and you just give me your response. Devin Haney gets on Instagram. He posts your picture, your face in a Donald Duck body, and says that you're just one of the number of fighters trying to duck him. Devin Haney.
You look like I duck Devin Haney. Clout baby. You gonna call him clout baby? You looking for the clout?
Okay. You heard what he just said, right? And I need to replay this shit.
Ryan Garcia, just one of the number of fighters trying to duck him. Devin Haney.
You look like I duck Devin Haney. Clout baby. You gonna call him clout baby?
So therefore, for the educated individuals that's in the live chat, right? Help me understand one thing. Like in your lifetime, right? Clout chasing has derived in past several months, and truly we don't know what it is. But on social media, people have absolutely abused the term to make themselves seem like they're more in a superior position than what they actually are. Clout chasing, we don't know who started the word, but it's taken off on social media. And some of you individuals don't need to use some bullshit like that. Then again, clout baby. What the fuck is a clout baby again? What the fuck is a clout baby? Exactly. Because the last time I checked, Javante, you was talking about you want to face Ryan Garcia because he got 7 million followers. You want to face somebody who has more followers, no belt, more followers. But you saying a clout baby, you're not making any sense. That's why I would suggest to you to get with your team and have somebody sitting beside you, just like a freaking a mediator or someone that can help you along or whatever. So when Brian Custer asks you some questions that's a little bit difficult, you can deliver them correctly, because no one knows what a clout baby is. And if it is a baby, does a baby really understand what clout is? Have they been living long enough to understand what clout really is? Of all people, I would say of all people, I have to be a hundo, right? Of all boxers that's out here, that's living pretty good, right? I would never consider Devin Haney a clout anything, because the only thing he's been doing is basically calling out the best competition, and he want to fight the best. So now we've gotten to a point, right, in this type of environment where motherfuckers are cut from a different cloth. I'm talking about the cloth that you just submerged in some toilet water and shit. You know, you soak that bitch real nice and you just bring it up and it's dripping wet full of piss, man. You know, like, well, fuck niggas are goddamn bathing in that motherfucker. They cleaning their shit. You know what I'm saying? This is what I like. Not the motherfuckers who cut from the cloth and you say, yeah, they've been through some travels in life. Because I don't understand the fuckboyism. I don't understand that shit, dog. How are you going to say a fighter that's been calling out everybody in your division? You started fighting. You started professional boxing before Devin Haney did. You started boxing before Devin Haney did there, Javante. And he still has more wins than you? How is that possible, dog? What were you doing? How can you fight one time in a year? Don't get me wrong. I like Javante. I've sat up here and told y'all he's a savage and everything else to go along with it, because I've seen it. But this is getting ridiculous. Frivolous, if you want to use, you know, those grand words. It's frivolous that we have to sit up here and listen to grown fucking man make up words like clout baby. Clout baby. And then Teofimo Lopez, he want to, you know, finally, you know, put himself out there on video and be all motivated and convince people he's going to be the undisputed champion. And once again, as I've spoken on before, you can sit up here and say undisputed all you fucking want. You can say it 100 times, T.O., but when the reality hits and when we go in on that ass, we're going to say you're not undisputed. Regardless of what Mauricio Suleiman has made a declaration to, because he's in a position of power and authority, you're not undisputed until you face Devin Haney, period. I can actually say when it comes to clout, that's one person that I can say for a fact that's not on the gram doing no damn childish ass shit. He's carrying himself in a way a fighter. Look, he's carrying his way in a way a fighter supposed to represent themselves to their audience. But yet and still, right? You have Gervonta Davis basically putting followers into the shit. It's all about followers, y'all. It ain't how good you look in the ring where these niggas goddamn call you out. It's how many followers you got. So we know Ryan Garcia followers. He has a lot of females following him. Kudos. I ain't mad at him, player. Get what you get, how you get. If they come to the fight and support you, Ryan Garcia, man, I salute you for that. Real talk. But when it comes down to the best fighting the best, and you was a freaking two-time champion in the junior lightweight division, super featherweight, whatever you want to call it, guess what? More is required of you, man. More required to you. Jackal Fitness, AWD official, y'all. Salute to the realest brothers in the game, man. Appreciate you stopping through. If y'all not following, man, go check out Jackal Fitness AWD, man. They doing it big. Them the Underground Kings, man. Go check them out. T. Jordan in the building. Salute. Let's go. IB, what's good? Salute, family. How you feel, man? Coco the Don, what's good? I have no idea what a clout baby is. If someone can bring up a definition, a legitimate definition, I'm talking about just copy and paste that motherfucker in the live chat. Just let me know what a clout baby is, because it's the dumbest shit I've heard in a minute. Look, I'm not the one to sit up here and call motherfuckers, for lack of better words, ignorant or unintelligent. That's not me. Because a lot of the time when people assume that, they did a job for it themselves. You know what I'm saying? JC, what's good? Bob J say it started from Chicago, from killing people. They used it wrong. Okay, elaborate on that, Bob J. JC say, clout baby, what the fuck? IB said clout is a Chicago term that means attention or someone who gets the attention, good or bad. Okay, now thank you for educating me on clout baby. Okay. Thanks for turning me on to the slang terminology clout baby, which originated from Chicago. From what I'm seeing, now I have an understanding, but still it doesn't fit Devin Haney. It doesn't fit one of your freaking compeers in the division who is legitimate world champion, right? And then you say he's a clout baby because he's called out everybody from Lomachenko. He's called out everybody in the 35 division, especially Gervonta Davis. He's called them all out. How is that clout? Isn't that what you're supposed to do when you're a competitor? How do you get more followers in this boxing game? For one, you brand yourself and you do just enough, to speak to the fans and use your social media platforms, right? And then it's your performance in the ring. They have to understand what you do exactly, and are you good what you do? Are you better than good at what you do? And then after those results are in, sooner or later, more fans start tuning in and they tell more fans about you. Word of mouth, you start building up freaking followers on social media. But in no way, shape, or form should that dictate another champions, so to speak, in the same division to say he's a clout baby. If it did if it's from a term that's in the streets of Chicago, I get it. But what does it got to do? Because Javante ain't from the streets of Chicago. Devin Haney is not from the streets of Chicago. Is this really a street type of shit we talking about when you talking about fighting the best? It's not, y'all. But appreciate that, IB. Salute to you. Devin got a legit world title at 35, not a regular title like Tank. That's all I'm saying. Tank has a reg title, man. He has a regular title. That's it. He has what Devin Haney has described as a secondary title. He's so eloquently put that shit. He has a secondary title, dog. It's no explaining that shit. Secondary mean it ain't first, goddammit. First is the world championship. First is the super title. That's what first is. That's what first is. Secondary can be second, third, fourth, fifth, everything that's behind first. Short form. Short form. You know what I'm saying? Tank Davis, aka 3 more years. A shout out to H Money in the building, man. Salute to you. Y'all be sure to check out H Money's channel, man. Check him out. He be having the guests on there, man. He's part of the dream team, man. You know, shout out to him for doing what he do, how he do it. You know, the Haney's been on there. His team has been on there. Yesterday we had Coach Wap on there, and you get educated behind the scenes on who's an intricate role in making the team rotate. You know what I'm saying? The brains behind the process, man. So y'all check him out, man. Check him out tonight. I think he's coming on at 9:30. Coco said, hold up. Yeah, I got you, IB. I got you. Appreciate that. Appreciate everybody who's talking about the topic at hand. You know what I'm saying? And not being a temporary. Appreciate everybody in chat who's basically talking about the talking point and not basketball. So with Javante Davis, man, coming out with the way he did, you know, and everything, and calling somebody a clout baby, it doesn't resonate to what we're looking for in the 35 division. Real talk. He came in the sport before Devin Haney did. And from my understanding, when you're talking about you're the best and you under the tutelage of the one of the greatest who ever do it, Floyd Money Mayweather, right? And then you get mad because he's training Devin Haney. So of course you're not going to have that genuine respect for somebody who's been around some of the great trainers who's soaking in all that fucking knowledge. You know what I'm saying? Who's being disciplined, don't drink and smoke. I can understand where the hate is coming from. You know what I'm saying? And look, Javante, if you don't know, it's a lot of people wishing for your downfall, bro. You need to understand that shit. It's a lot of people wishing for your downfall. They hoping that you fuck up. And to be honest, the situation that you describe, I'm not going to get into because it doesn't have anything to do with what my process is as far as you're calling Devin Haney a clout baby. You want to fight Ryan Garcia for the amount of views he got. So therefore, per the definition in the live chat, which one is considerably a clout baby? What you doing, basically saying you want to fight Ryan Garcia next because his views is clout. That's clout chasing. That's being a clout baby. All of that shit. All of that shit. You want to face somebody outside of their talent and having a belt and the amount of views that they got. But you don't have no self-respect to understand how you lowering yourself. And you're talking about, oh, when asked about the divisions that you might go up to, you say you might go up to 40 and 47. Who the fuck you think going to be up there for 40 and 47, dog? Who do you think? The same people that you're talking this shit to in 35. So therefore, if you choose to go up there and you're done growing, you finished. You finished growing. You're going to need to go up there to 40, 47. And definitely, you're going to understand that you're going to have a lot of names right up there with you that was down here with you in 35. Period. And sooner or later, social media is going to enforce. They're going to push for you to step in there with Devin Haney sooner or later, or anybody else per se that's up there. Teofimo Lopez, anybody. You're going to have to go up there and fight the best. Because what you're saying is you're trying to say you're the PPV king right now. You know what I'm saying? You're selling out arenas. Brian Custer, I understand he say, okay, you sold out this and that, right? But who is your biggest opponent thus far? Right? I know you finished Jose Pedraza in 7 rounds. I get it. Vasily Lomachenko went the distance. I get it. But the biggest name on your resume is Gamboa, right? Yuriorkis Gamboa. That's your biggest name, right? When you came down here in the A, that's your biggest name, right? But still, people aren't giving you credit for stopping him earlier. A guy who had a ruptured Achilles tendon. They're not giving you credit as you should, because once again, he was able to go into the 12th round with you and you end up getting a stoppage. But we're talking about a guy who wasn't on 2 solid legs. 2 solid legs. What is it? Is it the fact that you didn't train hard enough? Is it the fact that you had us in there waiting over an hour at the weigh-in, only to come in a pound over, shove Gamboa, cause goddamn chaos, and then show up to the fight and go into the 12th round with a fighter who the ref clearly waved his hand. The referee waved his hand for the fight to be off, and then somebody said, hey, no, because you didn't want to do that shit down this motherfucker. You didn't want to goddamn wave off that in the 2nd round. Somebody had to tell that ref where the fuck he was at. They had to let him know, hey, don't do that. Don't do that. No. Hey, what's going on? Because Gamboa, he don't speak any English, right? So these refs, they want to be impulsive and shit and try to call the fight early in the 2nd round. It would have been mayhem in that month. I guarantee it. So they allowed the fight to go on. And then, you have your fans there, Gervonta, that's not really giving you the credit for that Gamboa fight because he had a single functional, stable limb, just like Jose Benavidez against Terrence Crawford. Coco say, I'm tired of these internet call outs. Hey, one thing I've learned about social media, that Coco and everybody else, the platforms, they have voices. All right. Every voice may say a different language, but every platform has the voice, and they have the people who tune in, and those people who tune in pass the word, and it filters out from there. Really, that's how it works. So we're an important factor in talking about the sport of combat, period. Wherever it is, boxing, MMA, Muay Thai, Jiu-Jitsu, all that shit. We have a voice. We have a segue to make that shit happen. But Gervonta, though, Teofimo, Lomachenko, you are the DUCKMASTERs in the lightweight division. I can't put Ryan Garcia up there. He was honest on the post-fight. Ryan Garcia say, I don't fight Devin Haney last. Okay, we get it, homie. We get it, dog. You being honest, Ryan Garcia. I got it. I'll fight him the last one. I get it. I'll fight him last. Salute to Ryan Garcia for keeping it honest. I got to give him his credit. But when it comes to Javier Fortuna, DUCKMASTER Platinum, I got to give him the platinum. DUCKMASTER Platinum. The same guy, when I drove up there to see Errol Spence fight, right? I watched Javier Fortuna quit against Adrian Granados. If you look on Google, and he's being carted out on that stretch, faking the funk. So when I heard that Javier Fortuna was ducking the smoke, I say, cool, that's typical Javier. Like, I'm looking for the Javier that fought Robert Easter. I'm looking for the Javier that was there to fight. Not the Javier that's all of a sudden reached a point in his career where he say, no, I just don't want to get in there with an opponent that's real difficult, and I really have to go to levels that I haven't been before in my career. I just want to, cut corners and shit. One, okay, I'll take that. One thing, we need a Super Six. Man, one thing about the Super Six tournament, you know who was fighting who. Absolutely. Enjoyed the Super Six, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. Enjoyed the Super Six. But unfortunately, tournament based, sometimes, a lot of times, don't even have the best. I'm talking about, we have to get the best fighters to be in the tournament. It's hard to get the Arthur Abrahams. You know what I'm saying? Back then, Carl Froch, the Rails. You know what I'm saying? To get those individuals in a Super Six tournament and have some quality names going in there to fight. We don't need just random names that we're trying to put in a position to get a secondary title. We don't need that shit. Even I don't think the WBSS has lived up to consistently putting on fights with the names. Like, really, to be honest, real talk. Regis Prograis and Josh Taylor. I know people tuned into that a bit, but come on, man. I mean, come on. It wasn't as exciting as we thought it would be. All these internet call outs are the definition of clout chasing. Shout out to D Hodges in the building. What's good? That's a fact, he did. I was there too. Man, hey, I'm telling you, like, when it comes down to going to the fights and understand what you're looking for, it's a big difference than just being on social media and then not understanding. You know, when you have interaction with the team and then what you're being able to see, like on H Money's channel, he's being able to give you a little bit more behind the team of Devin Haney. It's called education, people. So if you're not willing to be educated from the people who's actually on the team, then I don't know what to tell you, because that's a solid source of information, right? You can get the scoop, the true scoop, from the people that's on the freaking team. And then what we have out here on social media, we have heard Devin Haney call out the best in the lightweight division. Absolutely, hands down. So what is the problem? Why are we at a point right now where we want the best to fight the best? But then again, like Teofimo Lopez, I have to bring him up. And I still got mad respect for them. Okay, whatever. But when it comes down to it, Tio, you're getting on social media now and you're saying what? You're going to be undisputed. You're going to be undisputed. That is absolutely false. And, you know, for whoever that was supporting him, saying that, you know, they did an interview with him on another channel, cool. But even then, someone should have corrected him when he said, if they don't believe that I'm undisputed after I win it, then I'll fight him. If they doubt me, I'll fight him. Well, you're not coming out here making a confirmation and say, guess what, people? This what I'm talking about as a fighter. I'm victorious against Vasily Lomachenko. I'll definitely fight Devin Haney, period. That's if you really want to convince us so you can give us some more talking points to get on social media and light up this motherfucking segue and let the boxing world know that you all about that, then you should have been on here already. But, you know, your father, he gets on here and say something different. I got people over here talking about, well, we did an interview several days before, so I would rather do this and fast talking and shit. And I'm pulling up an interview that was from the 31st. At that time, just the day before. And his father is basically confirming that they're not going to damn entertain Devin Haney. They see him at 40. So my point is, like, what's the point of saying you're going to see somebody at 40 when you can actually see them at 35? Like, where the fuck does that go wrong at? How are you going to say you can see them at a division higher like you on some type of fast track? You're not on a fast track. You can basically sit up here, own up to facing the one that you know that'll validate undisputed. He will validate that shit. The friendship green panty title does not validate undisputed. You know damn well the WBC title that Devin Haney has validates you as an undisputed lightweight champion. And I'm gonna tell you, T.O., we're not gonna stay off your neck. If you sit up here and defeat Lomachenko and you're not even man enough to call out Devin Haney and make that fight happen so we can see a true, legitimate, genuine, per the history of boxing, undisputed champion, then you're going to lose respect from a lot of people. You're going to lose respect. That shit ain't going nowhere. That shit ain't going nowhere. You can sit up here and sing the anthem all day long. I'm undisputed. I'm undisputed. I'm undisputed. I told y'all to take over. No, we ain't going to buy that shit. Not when you have the WBC World Championship sitting over there. You have a worthy opponent that you can fuck with and validate, confirm that you are going into the ring to fight for the true undisputed title. Man, if you goddamn move up to 140 and you don't fight Devin Haney before you go, they never gonna let you live it down. We ain't gonna never let you live it down. When you up there at 140 talking about, yeah, I'd like to thank everybody. I'd like to thank God. I'd like to thank my family. You know, we was able to do something, win our first title at the lightweight division with only 15 fights. And then on my 16th fight, I was able to go in there and, you know, become undisputed. I need to get on the phone and call up Jim Gray. Jim Gray, talk to me, OG. Do you consider that friendship green panty title, you know, validated for the undisputed? I need to get the OGs on the phone that's going to ask the tough questions. I got to talk to them because, T.O., we're not going to allow you to get away with that shit. Y'all better sit down and have an intervention after, if you're able to get those titles, and you need to come back with something that we can respect out here, and that is fighting the WBC World Champion in the lightweight division, period. It's no ifs, ands, or buts. And I know that you listening, I know, because when people drop emails and shit and they all upset, dude, it's not personal. I'm talking about boxing. It's not personal. But when it comes down to it, man, you just can't jettison the fact that he ain't sitting over there as a WBC world title holder. Come on, man. You can't just say, oh, fuck everybody. I'm about to go over here and be the undisputed. Don't do it to yourself. Don't do it to yourself, bro. Gervonta, don't do it to yourself, dog. Y'all better wise up and understand what's coming out your mouth, man. Gervonta, you can sit on here and say whatever you want, that you're the PPV king, all the fuck you want. But you know goddamn well, sooner or later, you're going to have to face Devin Haney up. Sooner or later. If that's a nemesis, if you don't like him training with, you know, your mentor, Floyd Mayweather, guess what? Handle it in the ring. That's all I can say. Handle it in the ring. Elder, what's good? Lawrence William in the building. Jackal Fitness say, Loma ducked Haney, gave up his WBC just not to fight Haney. That's the real definition of a duck. True words there, Jackal Fitness. DUCKMASTER edition. These are DUCKMASTERs, y'all. It's no longer just called ducking. It's DUCKMASTER because they have mastered the art of ducking. They have been promoted. I have promoted them. They are DUCKMASTERs because they're doing it so blatantly, y'all, that you have to call them out on it. You have to call these motherfuckers out as DUCKMASTERs because Vasily Lomachenko, if you're sitting on the pound for pound list, Lomachenko, and your alias is high tech, how the fuck you gonna sit up here and fight for the vacant title and then vacate it and then come up with all this shit? Oh, all of a sudden ESPN, you know, reached out for the freaking friendship green panty title, so you know I can have a little bit more prestige. What are you doing? You're supposed to be on the pound for pound number 2, right? How the fuck you can bitch out on some shit and vacate your title so you won't even face the mandatory? How the fuck does that happen out of respect, dog? There's no fucking way that you can live with yourself. You talking about you are a legitimate 2-time Olympian. You came over here with a goal. It didn't fucking work out for you after they had planned and promised you a title shot before you even became a professional. Before you even became professional, and you still failed at that. So you was able to get the shit done in the third fight for a vacant title. But now I'm asking myself, where's the heart? Where's the heart when you could have just as well put Devin Haney on the map to face him? And you know it would have been a damn good fight. You would have had to challenge yourself. You know the damn stylistically, y'all match up very well, but you vacated the title for the green panty friendship title. How does that fucking work? That's a rhetorical question, man. IB say Devin called out every possible fighter he could. What's going on, D Hodges? Devin called out every possible big fighter he could possibly fight. That's true words, man. He called out everybody. And in my book, in combat sports, I have the utmost respect for people who call out the top tier competition. I appreciate that. I respect that more. It gives me the energy to say I want to support them. You know what I'm saying? Because they're doing what's right for the sport. You know what I'm saying? When did a boxer stand in the gym, eating right, not drinking or smoking, not snatching women up in public, not letting his personal life get out to the media? When did that ever become a problem? When did that type of lifestyle ever become a problem? I'm kind of getting a feeling right now, y'all are kind of treating Devin Haney like you did Deontay Wilder. They doing everything fucking right. You know what I'm saying? But yet and still, it's not enough. You want to see somebody get locked up, put in bracelets. You know what I'm saying? You want that particular individual to have some type of trouble. But you're not respecting the fact they're doing everything they're supposed to be to excel as one of the greatest to ever do it. Y'all see he's working with one of the greatest to ever do it. But yet, y'all won't even follow the man on social media. You know what I'm saying? Y'all won't even give the man his just due. Y'all sitting up here just acting like, hey, man, Vasily Lomachenko, he has the right. He don't have the fucking right because he's a 2-time Olympian. He doesn't have the right to sit up here and just duck him up. Right? Look, duck one of the best in the division and then sit up here and fight the IBF champion. Why didn't you just keep the WBC title, Lomo, and fight T.O. if you was that, talk to your team and say, okay, I want to fight Teofimo Lopez. Then it would have been clear that you didn't want to fight Devin Haney. But you didn't even want to keep the belt. You said, you gave that the Heisman. You know what I'm saying? You gave that the Heisman and you rolled on and you said, nah, I'm going to face T.O. Something ain't right about that. Something ain't fucking right. And y'all definitely need to hold him accountable. Stop calling the man high tech. Look at my lives. I always said what I felt about Vasily Lomachenko. The shit ain't changed. And it's proven itself right now. He's trying to emulate Canelo Alvarez. He want to be a prima donna. He want to cut corners. But yet he's the same fighter saying, I'm too small for 140, right? Check this out. This is Vasily. Devin Haney's too green. Isn't that what Vasily said? Haney's too green. But Devin Haney has more fights than Teofimo. How does that work exactly? Like, we all pretty much educated, you know what I'm saying? We cognizant, can latch on this shit, perception-wise. How does that work? How you gonna say it's green? But good point, IB. Retro Boxing say the media does not do their job. They are all fangirls. Not all of us are fangirls. Not all of us. I'm not even close to even, standing beneath that term. I think fanboy and fangirls is abused, to be honest with you, bro. Coco say, Teofimo, we don't believe you, man. We're not believing you. You know, we're not believing what you're saying. We're not believing that Facility's going to say Devin Haney is green. So if he's green, just as Devin Haney said on the video of Fight Hype, right? Pull his card. Pull the man's card. If you think he'll chump and he easy work, pull his card. That's all you have to do. Where has boxing went, y'all? Jackal Fitness say Loma ducked Haney, gave up his WBC. I think I read that. Lawrence Williams, what's good with you, bro? Salute to you. DUCKMASTER, man, for real. That's the name, man. These motherfuckers are DUCKMASTERs, for real. That's how I look at it. It's no longer ducking. These guys have mastered the art of ducking. They're DUCKMASTERs, man, period. They're DUCKMASTERs, real talk. Number one beats Tank. Tank don't need Haney. Haney headlining cards and selling out arenas in ATL. First of all, you know, Tank only been down to the ATL once. You know what I'm saying? Once. Period. And just because we was eager to put on a fight, and salute the Floyd Mayweather for allowing Tank to have a fight card in Baltimore and then come down here to the A. Now, when it comes to needing, Gervonta Davis isn't great yet. A lot of these fighters aren't great. So are you trying to establish a legacy of greatness? Or are you going to sit up here and talk about, I need more social media followers? They need to have at least 2 million social media followers in order for me to consider it in a fight. I mean, that's where we at right now. It doesn't make a point to even discuss it. Needing. What does that mean exactly? Needing. Because Gamboa is the best on Tank's resume, but you're saying that he don't need Devin Haney. This ain't about needing. This is the fact that he's holding the WBC world title. That is the fact that we need to emphasize. We need to underscore that right there and cross that bitch out with some neon yellow or green. You know what I'm saying? We need to highlight that motherfucker. Because they're in the same division. You have to understand that Tank has the regular title right now. So what does need have to do with it? That's temporary language. That's temporary, dog. Loma will probably fight him next to take his belt back. Well, we don't know exactly if there's a rematch clause in there. We don't know. Once again, if there's indeed a rematch clause and they don't fight Devin Haney, we're going to freaking press down, man. You know, in the military, heels first. You know what I'm saying? When we march, the heels hit the deck first. Not the toe, the heel. Because that basically allowed in rhythm for you to hear the motherfuckers cracking the ground. And that's what social media is going to be if Teofimo Lopez believes that he's going to be undisputed and leave to go to the junior welterweight division without fighting Devin Haney, period. Gervonta Davis, the same thing. Gervonta Davis, there's no way that Gervonta can be down here in this division and never fight Devin Haney. And he's talking about moving up to 40, 47? With who? What dogs you talking? The same dogs is down here in the 35 division. You talking about you want to follow them up to 40 at a higher division where you have stopped growing and you're going to fuck with them? When you allow Gamboa to go into the 12th round, you're going to fuck with fighters who are boxers and know how to utilize their reach and height, who know how to motherfucking box, who's been around some of the greatest trainers in boxing. You're going to take that risk? I want to see it. I want to see you take that risk because I'm sick and tired of fighters who's going to the gym. They want to walk around with the nice vehicles. They want to claim they're getting paid. Everything's cool. They want to have the entourage and all that shit. They want to get in trouble. They want to be in the media for the wrong reason. But yet they get on here when it's time to face the best in the division. What you do? I want to go for Ryan Garcia because he has 7 million followers. I want to get with Ryan Garcia because he has 7 million followers. Now, I will admit to you that Devin Haney followers are much lower than Ryan Garcia and Gervonta Davis. But let me help you understand this part too. When did boxing begin to basically populate the interest of the fight fans by followers that really can't be authenticated as true, real individuals? And the reason why I say that is when those individuals go live, check it out. When Gervonta Davis go live, when Ryan Garcia go live, Ryan Garcia with 7 million followers, how many people do you see tuned in? 2,000? 1,500. When Gervonta Davis, whenever he wants to go live, how many people are tuned in and he has 2 million plus followers? 200? 300? That's all I'm trying to say, y'all. It makes logical sense, don't it? But I bet if they go back, they sell out. Familiarity with a boxer, especially in the South, is very important. If Gervonta, who has residence down here, of course, because this boxing stronghold this boxing footprint down here isn't a stronghold. They don't have a lot of big fights down here. It's entertainment in the South where it's at right now. They're not hosting boxing matches like Vegas, NYC, Florida. They're not hosting boxing matches all the time. That's not what we do down here. It's reality shows. It's hair shows. It's motherfucking music industry. That's what's popping down here. Club scene, strippers. You know what I'm saying? That's what's popping down here. Him coming down here is a big deal. And to be honest, the star power, it wasn't as much as I thought it would be. Because I was on the floor and I saw some fine shawty. I saw some fine ass women that I seen on TV. I finally seen them in person. I was like, oh, I'm telling you. I was like, damn. TV don't do them justice, some of them. Seriously. But hey, that's a whole nother story, man. Hall say, who is Devin Haney beat? Loma would beat him easy. I disagree, Hall. I disagree. You know why I disagree? Because I could tell you right now, if Devin Haney stepped in there with Luke Campbell, that would be an easy fight. That would be an easy fight. Last time I checked, Luke Campbell went the distance with Lomachenko. So how do you sit up here and think that Lomachenko have an easy go with Devin Haney when Devin Haney, in my opinion, is a better fighter than Luke Campbell? How do you put that up there? Just because the home keys feel good on your tips? Come on, man. You need some more, man. Come on now. I took yesterday off, man, with bringing the heat. I just was up here chilling. I was letting motherfuckers get their energy off because I really wanted to know the motive. But today I'm a little bit more, I'm a little bit more pumped up and shit. You know what I'm saying? Got a little bit more heat. I'm just trying to say, how do you come up with that conclusion? How do you feel that Lomachenko will defeat Devin Haney easily? That's your words, bro. Hall, Crawford's not the topic of the conversation right now. It's DUCKMASTER EP2. You know what I'm saying? That is the topic. We're not talking about Crawford today. Now, Magic City, salute. I've had some good times at Magic City. Yeah, the food is nice and the pole is nicer. Campbell would smash him, but check this out. You say Campbell would smash Haney, but Campbell then smashed Lomachenko. Why y'all sitting up here capping? Come on, man. Stop capping for free, dog. Get paid for capping. Start your own channel. Cap on your channel. Get it monetized or something. Y'all sitting up here capping for free. Come on, stop it. Stop it, man. Y'all sitting up here knowing damn well that Haney was going there and put a clinic on Luke Campbell. And then at the end of the fight, Luke will probably turn over his freaking Olympic medal and say, you know what, Lord Devin Haney, I present you my Olympic medal because I just never had that type of whooping put on me. You know what I'm saying? Campbell would be nice. Campbell would present his medal to Devin Haney when it's all over with. A paper champion right now, check this out. I can go down the list of individuals. You know, Lennox Lewis was raised to the WBC champion, the same situation. It comes a point in time where the temporaries, all right? And Hall, you sounded like a temporary to me, right? You have to understand how the process of boxing has changed over the years. There have been several people, several fighters that have fought for vacant titles. There have been several fighters who have fought for vacant titles, y'all. I will say this again. If Devin Haney is a paper champion, what does that mean exactly? If he wasn't in the position in the first place, would you even be talking about it? Just say Devin Haney was like number 10. He was ranked number 10. Would he have been a top contender to be considered for the mandatory for Vasily Lomachenko? No, right? We're talking about a 3-division champion. Would Devin Haney, if he was ranked down near the mid or bottom, would he be in the position? No. The answer is no. So since he was in the position and he was elevated, defended his title, isn't it about time where you just leave that shit alone and identify him as a world champion and one of the best in the division? And the fact that he's been calling out his compeers, shouldn't it come to a point in your life today that you say, hey, let me give him this respect. He's called out everybody in the damn division, and the DUCKMASTERs have responded. Teofimo, they're not planning on fighting Devin Haney. Because look, Hall, if you're saying that easy, I have to go back to what Devin Haney said in the interview. If I'm that easy, pull my card. Pull my card. If you think I'm the weakest link in the motherfucking 35 equation, just pull my card. Just do me that favor. Just pull my motherfucking card. Just meet me in the square and pull it. Show the people I'm the easiest link. I'm the easiest fight in 35. Just prove it. If they're not going to prove it to Devin Haney, guess what? You need to shut up. They have to shut up because DUCKMASTERs quack a lot. Their quack is much louder than just the average ducks is just floating around that's not even in the top 15. And they're trying to just maneuver and shit and build up their record until they can get that little, the biggest fight in their career, get a little check. But those individuals still not fighting a top tier opposition. They just moving around and then they get a pretty decent check. This right here, of course, the check is going to be right. But we have a very, very hot division. And you know what? The DUCKMASTERs are speaking like none other. If you don't want to accept that, then I don't know what to tell you, man. Cliche terminologies like paper champion and all that does nothing for me. What we do know is that Tank Davis, Lomachenko, Teofimo Lopez, and the man himself, no mas Javier Fortuna. No mas Fortuna. But Fortuna, you want to, instead of, that Luke Campbell, you want to, no mas. No, hold up. Just let me get it out first. You want to fight, the WBC? No mas. That's Javier Fortuna. He ain't trying to get the smoke right now, man. Javier Fortuna on some other shit. Let me go back to Tank right quick.
He's looking for the clout.
Ryan Garcia. He says, in fact, your good friend Adrian Broner says you're going to fight him after Leo Santa Cruz. Ryan Garcia called you out earlier this year. What about Ryan Garcia?
Let me get my water.
Ryan Garcia, baby. He's a baby. But he got potential. He just EP2 early. He need to work with the Canelo team a little bit more.
Devin Farmer, another guy who's called you. Obviously, he's that joke.
That's just irrelevant for me to even talk about right now, Tevin Farmer. You know what I'm saying? That rivalry never really matured to anything outside of social media. So when it comes down to it, it's pointless to even bring them into the equation. You know what I'm saying? But let me switch it up. I'm gonna show you another video dealing with Devin Haney. Just give me a minute. I'm gonna bring up the video with Devin Haney right quick, if I can find it. Here we go.
BJ's helps out because they offer.
Nope. Give me a minute.
In the gym. And what I gotta say about that is, at the end of the day, the best person that he's fought, the best person on his resume is Gamboa.
True.
And he fought Gamboa with one. Gamboa had one foot, one leg, whatever you want to say, and he went 12 rounds with Gamboa. Other than that, who else can you name? Pedraza. Who else can you name?
That's true. That's true.
Just to give you some references.
Two biggest names on his resume right now.
So at this point in my career, I'm looking to fight Gamboa, and it's like they got me blowing him out the water, not even any competition with me and Gamboa. So it's like, how can you say anything? He ain't fought nobody either. If you say I haven't fought nobody, who have you fought? Me. We were mandatories for a good, I want to say 2 weeks, and then he went to I want to say WBA. Yeah, he went to WBA and fought for a secondary title. So he don't have no room to talk about nothing.
But yeah, here's my thing, Dev. And this is, and again, I
shout out to Fight Hype for the video.
Interview, I did see excerpts from it. There were, I know he was kind of. He asked Richardson Hitchens some questions about. It looked like Richardson Hitchens was giving you props and everything.
Yeah. Me and Richardson, we did come out to fight. He said, "Oh, I'm a clout baby," or some lame, corny shit that he got to say. At the end of the day, because somebody calls you out to
hey, that I didn't want to say it, but Devin said some lame, corny shit. You know what I'm saying? That it was corny, to be honest, man. Let me keep it going.
Top 10, or you know what I'm saying? I'm just a fighter who with a bad record, and you can't gain nothing from fighting me. I understand that because I see fighters do that all the time. At the end of the day, I can't possibly gain nothing from calling me out.
Right.
And if I was that kind of fighter, then yeah, I'd be like, oh, you're clout chasing. Yeah. At the end of the day, it's no way that I could possibly be clout chasing by calling you out. You have everything to gain just like I do.
But that's what y'all supposed to be doing though. Like y'all can't.
And that's like how the boxing game is turning into. Like, if you call somebody out, you clout chasing. You call somebody out, you clout chasing. he called Ryan out. You called Jason because you called Ryan out?
That's a good point. That's a good point. But that's what I don't understand, though. Like, that's what y'all are supposed to do.
Ryan younger than him. Why you calling Ryan out? You called Jason then, if that's the case.
And Ryan ain't a champion.
Exactly.
Ryan ain't a champion. But that's...
I'll leave it right there. Ryan's not a champion. Ryan's not a champion, y'all. He's younger. He's not a champion, but he has social media followers. So who's a clout baby and who's clout chasing? Man, I just wish the younger generation, especially in the sport, would just leave that shit alone. You know what I'm saying? Like, you never heard Vasily Lomachenko talk about that shit, even though he said some dumb shit sometime. You know, he was saying that Devin Haney was green. But when it comes down to it, bro, you came over to professional leagues of boxing. And you was already experienced from doing 2 tours in the Olympics. Let's just speak facts, bro. Like, do you know if boxers would have took the time and stayed in the Olympics 2 tours? Like a lot of big time boxers. Could you imagine Roy Jones doing the second Olympics after being robbed and say, you know what, Dad, I got to get the gold? Floyd Mayweather, could you imagine him coming over here when you did for Vasily Lomachenko and then jump in there and try to get a title in 2 professional fights? You know, having all the hype behind you, having people promising you shit. Yeah, you're supposed to come over here and look a certain way. You're supposed to. You know, Gervonta talk about his amateur pedigree, which I respect. You know what I'm saying? But how can other fighters have more victories than you? Why haven't you been more active? Why you don't have 30 plus wins to your resume? Why are you not up here just lighting up the look, being this superstar? Because what I seen for you, if you watching, is that you could be cool when you by yourself. Seriously, when I seen you in Vegas. But when you get around some of their peak, you're a totally different individual, and that's not going to draw in, especially black boxing fans. If you're unapproachable, that's not going to draw us in. That's going to be like, you know, why are you not really giving exclusives to black media? Why are you not, you know, the only black media has got to be the higher up, the big time mainstream media. You know what I'm saying? Why you just can't allow interviews, genuine interviews like you do with other certain media outlets? It seemed like the PBC fighters has basically relegated themselves to one bottleneck media source when you have multiple media sources out here that's looking to cover you, Gervonta. That's where you fell in that. And Vasily Lomachenko, it's only so far you can go with that. Teofimo Lopez, it's only so far you can go with that. You know, you have less media, social media followers too. But why is he fighting for the unified title if it's all about social media following? Why is Teofimo Lopez fighting? Because it's bullshit. This social media don't dictate shit. Boxing is a business. Absolutely it is. But when it comes down to the best fighting the best, if you really want to and you in the position like Devin Haney, you should goddamn call him out. Nobody's calling this guy out though. Gary Russell called him out, but he's way down. He's at the featherweight division. I haven't seen him vacate his title yet. I haven't seen it. And then, you know, from my understanding, the 1.5 was said, hey, we can get you that. That'll be a good fight. Gary Russell Jr. and Devin Haney. But right now, the fighters that's in the 35 division, how can on one side the call out has happened and then there's been no return? There's been no return confirmation. The ping was sent out to the distant end, but the distant end did not provide a response. That's how communication works. The sender sent the message and the message did not return with an answer. We're talking about an answer that say, okay, we're definitely going to see this fight in the near future. That's all I'm saying, people. Media, we got to keep talking about this. We got to keep talking about it because it's fucked up. Just like we're going to be on the, you know, we're going to talk about the welterweight division too if shit don't pop off the right way. It's a whole lot of finagling going on over there too. Just the other week, Danny Garcia was #1 in the WBO. I try to tell you all, you might not have been listening, or you might have. When it comes time for them to find a motherfucking mandatory, they will reach any which way, and they'll make the adjustments needed, just like a copy and paste, and they will move motherfuckers around. So all of a sudden, Danny Garcia, who last week was just the #1 WBO, now Sean Porter is. Sean Porter, who is basically coming off a 12-round decision for Famela. That's how quick they can adjust the ranking system. Because Danny Garcia has been floating around there in the WBO for a minute. You know what I'm saying? He's still floating in the WBC right behind Sean Porter in #2. And then #3, I believe, is Mikey Garcia. So please don't take this ranking shit to heart, because whoever they want the move into the position to potentially make a fight, they'll do it. That should tell y'all what they're trying to do. It doesn't mean that Porter is going to get the next shot at Crawford. It doesn't mean that, y'all. It's just saying that they have basically moved Sean Porter into a position in the WBO rankings. And if Crawford stays in the 47 division, we may indeed see Sean Porter face Crawford if he hasn't fought Errol Spence. You know what I'm saying? But still, the welterweight division has became, it just has become a puzzle piece right now. You know what I'm saying? It's becoming like a montage now, a kaleidoscope. Because the WBA title, somehow the WBA title needs to either be in the hands of Errol Spence or Terrence Crawford for us to see a freaking undisputed between Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence. That's just facts, people. We need for the WBA title that the elder statesmen have to be in the hands, preferably, of Terrence Crawford. Then I would say Terrence Crawford defeats Manny Pacquiao, and the two fighters go in there, the two champions go in there with 2 titles apiece. The WBA, WBO sits in the courtyard of Terrence Crawford, and the WBC and IBF sits in the courtyard of Errol Spence, and you fight for undisputed. The 35-pound division, guess what? The belts are pretty much centrally located. The belts are where they need to be. We just need to get this fight over in October, and that the winner fight for the final remaining title. Don't just sit up here. I truly believe that, holding the franchise belt is one of the most prestige. No. We're not accepting that. And it's going to get very, very nasty. Very nasty. It's going to get very nasty. Especially if Teofimo Lopez wins. Because we already understand truly Lomachenko's ill intentions. He didn't want to face Devin Haney, period. So that's over. But now we need to understand Teo, because Teo, even though he diverted his route and went the IBF route for Richard Comey, we need to see what he's going to do once he's in a position to make the command decision, y'all. Is he going to make the decision? You're temporary if you sit up here and claim that the green panty title unifies the undisputed. You're temporary. Yeah, as a boxer, your thought process is a temporary, so let it be known.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's what's so odd to me is,
Look like to me, he going to camp to lose weight. He don't go in camp to sharpen up his tools and do all that.
Okay, let me back this up.
or if he just
Check this out. He's about to make a good point, Devin Haney, about being undisciplined. How he considers Gervonta Davis being undisciplined. Undisciplined is the fact that you're ballooning up in between fights, and one of your primary focus is to lose an extensive amount of weight during training camp instead of just working on your skills. It's a solid fucking point, yo. It's a solid point.
Don't want to answer. Like, that's weird to me.
I mean, he know what he's doing. He know how to answer these questions. He know how to dodge questions. He been doing this for a while now, so he ain't dumb, you know.
Mm-hmm. Wow. So you said you've been watching, you know, his training sessions and everything. So you think, I mean, just based on, I mean, you saw the sparring. I'm not even.
I saw some of his sparring. I wouldn't say all his sparring, but I mean, I saw like some of his sparring.
Right. At least, you know, some of the stuff they've been putting out there. I'm not, you know, again, it's a little early in camp and everything, but just based on what you've been seeing them do, like you feel like right now it's a weight loss camp.
I mean,
so you heard the leading question. I always pay attention to language, and he's basically putting a leading question out there for Devin Haney, which is not too far off. Like, leading questions can really take the conversation into a different direction, you know, good or bad. It can take it in a different direction. But in this particular case, it's warranted because I've seen Gervonta, we've seen Gervonta, and he was overweight.
yeah, that's what it looked like. That's what it looked like to me. He going to camp to lose weight. You don't go in camp to sharpen up his tools and do all that. But that's what happens when you go fuck off for all this time. You don't get in the gym every day. When you know that you got to fight, when you realize when you announce the fight and you go into camp, then of course, you know what I'm saying, it's gonna turn into that. He's going to camp to lose weight. And I done heard many fighters, you know, that did this, you know, in the past, and he's one of them. That's what he did. He went to camp to lose weight and make weight. That's the fight for him.
Explain just for, because I know some people are gonna watch this and not really understand what the big deal is. Like, how important is that when you go into camp and you guys spend a lot of time losing weight as opposed to focusing on the game plan?
What's going on, Velocity?
Like that.
I mean, somebody's
You're wrong too.
You can only get away with it. You can only get away with it for so long, you know, where it's so they catch up to you. You know, where you just go in the camp, you put on a sauna suit every day, and you know, go in there and work out and do nigga does aerobic training.
Devin said, "Nigga do aerobic training and shit, man." That was hilarious.
Jump over medicine bar, do all type of shit like that. We don't do that. We go in the gym to sharpen up our tools, and you know.
Mm-hmm. Is it still far enough away to where that's not going to be an issue, or is it getting down?
I hope that he's gonna make weight. You know, I don't wish that upon nobody. I want him to make weight, and you know what I'm saying, so he can go in there and you know, fight and still be a champion. So till one day, well, champion with a secondary title. So that one day, you know, we can get it on, make a fight happen. Wait, is this fight at 130 or 135? It's for both titles, right?
It's for both titles, yeah.
I'm gonna stop it right there because, you know, whether it's for both titles or not, you know what I'm saying, we already understand that it is for both titles. But then again, they're gonna talk about if Gervonta Davis misses weight. I really don't care when it comes to the weight issue because it's up to Gervonta to have discipline enough to make weight. Now, of course, he's gonna get on here and say it's his life to make weight because Leo Santa Cruz, they're gonna put a huge penalty. I'm pretty sure it's in the contract. It's gonna be a huge penalty if he doesn't make weight. This is 130. This goes the same for people up here saying that, yeah, Adrian Broner should face Gary Russell at 35. Adrian Broner isn't making 35 anytime soon. So we just need to let that go. But who can make 35 right now is everybody that you see right here in this division, you know, outside of Gervonta Davis. He missed it by a pound. Now he has to go to camp, like you heard, wear sauna suits and jump over medicine balls, do calisthenics inside the sauna. That's a lack of discipline, man. You know what I'm saying? Because you basically putting in more work ethic when your body could be resting, and you're trying to cut weight early just so you won't be penalized or whatever punishment you're going to face at 130. It just goes without saying. Hall, and I appreciate you, like when you basically, you know, put vulgarity in your text, because it's easy for me to not show it. I appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate that. So learn how to speak with some common sense. You know how to put, just because you drop F-bombs and say, fuck this, fuck that, it's not going to display on my live. It's not. So there's no need for you to sit up here and be all angry, you know what I'm saying, agitated. You know what I'm saying? Just calm down. It's a boxing topic. If you don't like what I'm talking about, find something else to put in the live chat. Find a different talking point. Castro, what's good? Appreciate you. Salute to you for stopping through. Hey, listen. Y'all can tag team all you want to my big facts. Y'all people, whoever in this new era, just because you say big facts don't mean nothing to me. Because too many people was like, man, Devin Haney this, big facts. Lomachenko could do this, big facts. That don't mean shit, bro. That don't mean shit to me. You know what I'm saying? Because it has a lot that's missing when you sit up here and put big facts on the end of shit that don't make any sense. You know what I'm saying? If you co-signing on some dumb shit, then what that say about you? That's all I can say, man. What does that say about you? If you're going to co-sign on some dumb shit. I did hear some good news, though. It's going to be very interesting. I wanted to leave it to another live, but Elvis Rodriguez, man, undefeated Elvis Rodriguez. From what my understanding is, he's going to be facing Jose Vargas, I believe. I'm trying to find if I said that name right. That's going to be a good fight. That's going to be a very good fight. Let me try to find the article right quick. So Jose Pedraza versus Javier Molina is finalized. Luis Ortiz fighting Scott Alexander. And then Ruiz is fighting Areola. I'll take a look at that. That's pretty decent. Jamel Charlo saying he wasn't surprised at Jason Rosario. I would speak on that interview, but nah. I was pretty much keeping it on the topic at hand. And, to make sure y'all understand how important it is for you all, especially media, to hold these fighters that's duck masters accountable for being duck masters. If they're going to basically hold that degree, make them own up to it. If they're going to come out here on social media and basically bamboozle the fans and make these temporaries believe that they're doing everything possible to fight the best in the division. And once again, like yesterday, you try to explain to certain people, I never said for Teofimo to fight Devin Haney right now. That never came out my mouth. That would be senseless to even make that point because the fight has been signed for him to face Vasily Lomachenko in October. So therefore, open ears. I would assume that we're talking about after he unifies the title. That's what I'm talking about. After we have a winner. If it's not a freaking immediate rematch. Because if indeed it's immediate rematch, that would be unfortunate. That would be fucked up. Because that means if Devin Haney has 2 more fights, he's going to take one this year, 2020. And then it all depends on when the next fight is going to happen in the rematch, if that's the case. Because I can tell you right now, if Teofimo's dad is saying they're going to, okay, we don't need to prove nothing else, we'll move to 140. Are you going to have that same energy if you lose? Are you going to say, you know what, fuck it. We tried. We got 1 loss. You know what I'm saying? We're 15-1. Let's go on up to the freaking junior welterweight division. Let's go. Or if Teofimo doesn't win, they're going to say, well, we'll hang out down here for this rematch. You know what I'm saying? Come on now. Which one is it going to be? If you lose, are you still going to junior welterweight? If you win, you already confirmed that you plan on moving up. So which one is going to be? If you lose, you're going to basically abort the mission or what? So we can see if Lomachenko is going to, you know, have some cojones to turn back around and face Devin Haney and prove that he's about that work. That's what we want to see. That's what we want to see, period. Salute, LA. What's good? Tank. LA said Tank, Wilder, Big Charlo. Leo are the biggest duckers, are the most protected fighters. Not sure how Big Charlo is a ducker when Canelo Alvarez is moving up and the franchise champion, and he want to go up to 68 and 75. That absolutely make no sense. Leo Santa Cruz, yes, at 26, he could have definitely faced Gary Russell Jr. Absolutely. So yeah, I would put Leo as being a ducker. You know what I'm saying? But he is a 4 division champion. And Wilder, it makes no sense that you would say that when he fought every one of the heavyweight divisions. I mean, his heavyweight compeers in the division, the top heavyweights, besides Joshua. We're not talking about Alexander Povetkin. We're talking about Tyson Fury, Anthony Joshua. He's fought Tyson Fury twice. Who is he ducking? Makes sense. Just makes sense. I'm not going off what Lil Charlo. Y'all doing Big Charlo, Lil Charlo, man. If Canelo really wanted to take that fight with Jamal Charlo, then it would happen. But I haven't heard Canelo act like he want to go down there and face Jamal Charlo. You know what I'm saying? But instead, I'm pretty sure he probably eating some beef, that clenbuterol beef. You know what I'm saying? He has a division there waiting on at 160 that's has some big names on it. Why isn't he there in that division trying to earn that 35 million? And from what my understanding is, it's a big deal that's going on right now over there with the zone, with them attempting, from what I'm hearing, they may be trying to make Floyd Mayweather and Canelo Alvarez. I don't know. I'm just hearing a rumor about contractual issues, money, and everything else. So I really couldn't tell you if I want to see Canelo fight Floyd Mayweather right now. Even though Floyd Mayweather, whenever he comes back, it's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. We know he's going to be in tip-top condition, and we know what he possesses, what his skills. But this is just came out of nowhere. This is something that just came out of nowhere. But really, to be honest with you fans, boxing heads, I'm not really jumping to the conclusion to say, yeah, we might see Canelo and Floyd Mayweather until the sources start to repeat themselves. And I say, okay, this is real. You know what I'm saying? Until that, I'm not going to speak on it too much more. Let me try to find this other. Sway, let me see where you at. That's going to be a good fight, though. Elvis Rodriguez against Vargas. Jose Vargas. So let me see if I can pull this up. Let me see where you at. Oh, did you hear that Naoya Inoue is fighting Jason Maloney? Yeah. And that's another division who's making rounds, the bantamweight division. Yeah, Jason Maloney is getting his shot at the unified champion, Inoue. You know what I'm saying? And then we're going to see Nordine Bali face Nonito Donaire. We're still waiting on the jury for Casemiro, John Casemiro. Well, I already know Navarrete is fighting Ruben Villa for the vacant. He moved up. But yeah, That, let me see. Do you have any LA? Do you have any other talking points for the topic when it comes to the lightweight division and the DUCKMASTERs? Do you have any information on that? Do you have any talking points or feedback for me for those fighters who are ducking Devin Haney in the 35 division? If you do not have any information for me, only thing I'm going to ask is that you do a little bit more digging on social media. And the next time the topic comes up, you can talk about the DUCKMASTER EP and the fighters that refused to fight Devin Haney when they had the opportunity. You know what I'm saying? That's easy. Just do me that favor. All you all that's talking about divisions that's not orientated to the talking point. Just do your due diligence and keep it on the talking points. Devin Haney being ducked in the 35 division. That's what we need to emphasize. We need to freaking cultivate that shit and make it grow, and not all the other stuff that I'm seeing up here. I'm not even gonna read it. It makes no sense to read it. But we already know who the best heavyweight is. That's Deontay Wilder. We already know. Come on. We already know the Bronze Bomber is the best heavyweight division out there. I mean, heavyweight out there in the division. We already know that. I'm pretty sure y'all agree too. LA, Hall, all of y'all, appreciate you for agreeing with me. Appreciate you for supporting the Bronze Bomber. I truly appreciate it. And look forward to Alive in the future, man. Look forward to him going back in there getting his title. Look forward to somehow, some way, Devin Haney getting that respect in the 35 division. And hopefully the winner of the unified titles don't enact their rematch clause and they fight the man. That's all. That's all we need to see. That's it. I like how people in the live chat always using the same, like, are y'all kind of deficient in literacy? Like, y'all keep on saying somebody's mad when I'm sitting up here just using common dialogue. So I'm just questioning, like, where did it all go wrong in you understanding, what's going on visually? Are you really taking in everything you're hearing? Why do y'all abuse those words and it means absolutely nothing? Nothing. You keep saying somebody's mad, which means absolutely nothing. But if you, on the way out, I'll give you a couple more minutes. If you have any information on the 35 division, I'll hang around and see. I'll read. And I told you, Hall, it's no need to put vulgarity in the live chat. It's not going to show up. It makes no sense for you to do it. It's not even going to show up, man. Come on, just calm down. You're getting a little bit sensitive. Learn how to speak and have a dialogue that doesn't include all the abrasive, malicious type of wording, because it's not going to do anything for me, man. In my lifetime, I heard everything there is to hear. So, talk about the 35 division. Do you believe that the winner of the unification will indeed fight Devin the Dream Haney? The WBC World Lightweight Champion. Is there a possibility? That's all we need to know. Just come on, close it out. Come on, y'all can do it. Come on there, LA Hall. Come on, man. Learn how to type input in there with no vulgarity. It might show up for you now. It might show up. I'm just trying to be nice. It might show up for you. Well, this is not a Deontay Wilder cast, but I will give a salute to the Bronze Bomber. Him basically in training, getting back in there, still reigning atop the heavyweight division, being the best heavyweight out there, the hardest hitter in the sport. Shout out to Devin the Dream Haney. Hopefully they give you your respect. And the DUCKMASTERs put their heels together, man up, fall in, and goddamn take ownership and fight the best in the division. You know what I'm saying? Just fall in. That's the command we give when we about to go on a march. We give the command, fall in. Ted, right, haste, march. You know, fall in, man. Fall in. Fall in ranks, God damn it. That's all I'm asking y'all to do. Help the lightweight division fall in ranks and stop being these individuals that's out here making excuses to my clout babies. We don't have anything to prove. You know what I'm saying? And then Vasily Lomachenko, he's too green. So if you take those 3 areas of excuses, they all lead to the same thing. Recycle bin, because they trash. Those excuses are trash. The best fight the best. Seriously. So stop recycling trash, and hopefully the winner of the unification match do what they're supposed to. All right. I'm going to read the last one. Oh, okay. LA agreed with me. They are ducking. The DUCKMASTERs are ducking. I appreciate that, LA. Hey, shout out to you. You did finally confirm that the DUCKMASTERs are ducking the WBC World Champion. I appreciate that. And once again, I appreciate everybody for stopping through in the live chat. It's been an absolute pleasure as always. I thank you for the energy. I embrace it. I appreciate y'all for stopping through with World Combat Sports Media. Check out my YouTube channel and check out my website too. It's been out there for a while, worldcombatsports.com. And furthermore, check out my Facebook groups, World Combat Sports, Addicted to Boxing. I don't talk about Addicted to Boxing too much, but yeah, that's my group too. Check out my YouTube channel, IG, all that. I've had the pleasure of interviewing some of the big names in combat sports. Truly appreciative. You know what I'm saying? Y'all need to check that out. Y'all need to check it out, man. And pass the word. I appreciate everybody who was on here. Appreciate you, LA, for agreeing with me that Haney is the recipient, you know what I'm saying, from the DUCKMASTERs, of them avoiding him in the lightweight division. And the only thing I leave with you all in my closing statement is that go follow Devin the Dream Haney on IG. He definitely is one of the best in the lightweight division. And if provided the opportunity, he would definitely take advantage of it. But look, you can't get the opportunity. Like Bill Haney said, you can't sit up here and force people to goddamn come over and fight you. You can't force their hand to fight you. They either want to fight you or they don't want to fight you. And this particular scenario with the DUCKMASTERs EP2 out in stores right now, you have Lomachenko, the current unified champion, former WBC, vacate the title, DUCKMASTER numero uno, and then you have number 2, who's basically, I got to put Javier Fortuna as number 2. Then number 3, Teofimo Lopez, who basically said, you know, we get the titles. We don't have to stay down here. Come follow us up to 40. And there's no reason to follow you up to 40 when 35 is right here. Now, Lopez Senior, I'm used to hearing you talk big, but when I hear you talk about aborting the mission before it's absolutely completed, come on, man, it's a bit disrespectful. And then, you know, on the small end, Javante, I know you got star power, definitely. You're a savage in the ring. I understand that, but you're in the 35 division. I know you're fighting 30 right now, but when it comes down to saying that somebody's a clout baby and all this other stuff, pull his card, Javante. I know you from Baltimore. That used to be my old stomping grounds too, man. I feel you, but all y'all cannot sit up here and line up excuses over and over again, and none of y'all are talking about freaking facing the man. I'm not even cut from that cloth, man. I can't even sit on here and bullshit you all. I can't. I'm not even cut from that cloth. I'm not. I want to see the best fight, even with Deontay Wilder. I want to see him go in here and fight Fury, you know, and win. I'm not going to dog, you know, another fight, dog another fighter out because I'm supporting Deontay Wilder. I just know Deontay Wilder can go in there and get the job done. Devin Haney, I know he can go in there and get the job done. But you can't force nobody to go in here and say, okay, let's fight Haney. Let's make phone calls. Let's force their hand. Let's send out a freaking warrant. Let's go down there and get a warrant. You know what I'm saying? We need to put them on papers to get this fight. I don't think so at all, Castro. Fighting Haney after beating Loma. No, because he has the world title. So it's not going backwards. You can't sit up here and say just because Loma is a 3-division champion, it's going backwards. It's called building your resume. And indeed, Devin Haney would be a legitimate top-ranked name if you want to go in there and put it on your resume. If you want to say that you stepped in there with Devin Haney. So that's pointless. That makes no sense at all. Nope, Bob Arum then requested. You trying to act like you want to separate Lomachenko from having culpability and requesting the title. Now, I'm pretty sure Lomachenko was there and say, yes, Bob, please make that phone call, Bob. Please hurry up, Bob. Please, once I finish dinner, I want to get back on the phone and see, can we really make this work, Bob? Go check. See, can we be the next Friendship Green Penny title holder? Please, let's do it, Bob. Let's go. Please, Bob, do us justice. Do us justice. But I'm out. I'm about to go next door. Salute to everyone who stopped through. And once again, those of you that's in the chat right now, thanks for agreeing with me that the DUCKMASTERs are not owning up to facing the best in the division that has a WBC world title. I salute you for your honesty. And also, the Bronze Bomber will be back in action sooner or later to get his belt back. And look, I'm going to tell you, he get his belt back, Anthony Joshua is all of a sudden going to come down with HNJ1 freaking COVID 23-4. Shit we ain't never seen. He's going to vacate the titles, and he's going to goddamn go into some type of therapeutic isolation and get psychological intervention. Yeah, Anthony Joshua.